This is a podcast from the Business Times.
Good evening. It's Wednesday, August 19th, 2026. Here's your market-focused daily closing bell update by the Business Times. Global bond yields hovered near their highest for decades today, as fears over swelling sovereign debt pushed borrowing costs higher and rattled stock markets worldwide. U.S. and European stock futures wobbled about 0.2% lower in the Asia session. Japan's Nikkei fell 3.3%, and South Korea's Kospi slid nearly 6% as selling in semiconductor stocks spilled over from Wall Street. Yields go up when bond prices go down, and the sell-off matters because long-end sovereign yields act as an anchor for the price of nearly every other asset in financial markets and are an important benchmark for mortgage rates. The global bond sell-off has found its epicenter in Japan, with the benchmark 10-year yield on the brink of hitting 3% for the first time since the mid-1990s, as investors grow increasingly nervous about the country's towering debt pile and inflation risks stemming from the Middle East war. European shares were flat today due to that Middle East uncertainty, while gains in basic resources stocks, supported by higher gold prices, provided some support ahead of the release of minutes from the U.S. Federal Reserve's July meeting. The inflation outlook also remains troubling, with Brent crude futures parked above $90 a barrel, with no signs of progress toward a deal to open the Strait of Hormuz. Later today, the Fed releases minutes from the July meeting where it left rates on hold. But Chair Kevin Warsh spooked markets by offering few clues about whether and how the central bank might respond to persistent inflation. And technology stocks were back in the crosshairs of investors today, taking another heavy blow from a spike in bond yields, rising oil prices, persistent inflation, and dimming hopes for a deal to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. The sell-off tracked losses on Wall Street, where firms heavily invested in AI and chips were sharply lower, staunching a recent recovery in the sector in recent weeks following a crushing July. That's it for today. For more business news and market updates, visit bt.sg. And Lens on Daily for the latest tomorrow at 10 a.m.
This is a podcast by the Business Times. Find more BT podcasts at businesstimes.com.sg/podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. This podcast is meant to provide general information only. SPH Media accepts no liability for loss arising from any reliance on the podcast or use of third parties' products and services. Please consult professional advisors for independent advice.